Hello, and welcome to a quick guide on how to use OBS Studio to record Star Citizen footage on an AMD graphics card. First thing you're going to want to do is download OBS Studio. So you're going to go to obsproject.com. Currently, if you look, there is on the right side OBS Studio. The reason we're doing this is for one grand reason, which is to record on an AMD graphics card without a performance hit in games, or very much of one, you need VCE support, or video coding engine. And OBS Classic is no longer being worked on, even though it's still available. All new effort is going into OBS Studio, and so Studio is the only one that has VCE support, which pretty much solves that. Once you have downloaded and installed, you're going to be here. The first thing you're going to want to do is go into Settings and go down to Output. And you're going to want to change this from Simple, change that to Advanced. You're going to then go over to the Recording tab. The first setting you're going to want to do is change the recording path. This is the location that videos will be saved in. So if you, let's say, have Windows on C, and you have Star Citizen on C or G or something, and you're going to want to save the videos to a different drive, mostly for lag and stuttering issues. The next thing you're going to want to change is recording format. So its default is FLV, but you're going to want to change that to MP4. For encoder, you're going to want to change that to the VCE engine. Then the next setting is under rate control. The default is CBR, but you're going to want to change that to CQP, which is constant quality. It's a setting unique to the VCE engine. The next thing is to change buffer size to 0. Under iframe, pframe, and vframe, I've seen it recommended to use something like 21 or 23 in all these categories. I ran with the default 26 and haven't seen any need to change it, so that seems to work. The next thing you're going to want to do is check Advanced and disable low latency. Once you've done all this, hit Apply, and for the most part, you're done. There's some other things to go over, but under Audio, you're going to want to change to audio bitrate to 320, as there's no reason to have it any lower. It's not going to change file size. If you go under audio specifically, I changed this to 48 kilohertz, but that's not really going to make that much of a difference. Um, there is an important setting if you're running, let's say, 4K video or something. You're going to want to change this to 1080p, which is this resolution right here. The same can be found in the video tab. And then under hotkeys, you're going to want to attribute a key bind that can be used to stop and start recording. I found the number pad on the keyboard to the far right. The minus and plus sign work very well since I don't use them for anything else. And then you are, for the most part, done. I would just make sure that the render is set to Direct 3D, as that's what I've been using, and I don't know of any reason to use OpenGL. Um, click OK. Then under Scenes, you're going to want to add a scene. You can name it whatever you want. And then under Sources, if you, let's say, have 2 monitors, you have several choices. I mean, I guess in general you have 2 choices, but one is to go under Game Capture and click OK. And if you have Star Citizen running, if you uncheck this, you can go through here and there'll actually be the full Star Citizen as a choice. Um, if you just do capture any full screen application, it will record only when you have Star Citizen in full screen. So when you minimize, it'll do something strange and not record. So you can use game capture as an option, but the main reason I recommend using OBS Studio is, unlike Raptor, AMD gaming involved, and I think also Shadowplay, OBS Studio lets you record your desktop as well. So if you go down to display capture and you click OK, this is going to allow you to select whichever one of your monitors. And so display 0 is most likely the one that you would be playing a game with. And so once you would hit start recording, it would record everything on the desktop. Once you switch over to Star Citizen, it would only be recording Star Citizen. It works very well. And once you have decided which one of these you want to select, the next step is to start recording. Okay, that should cover almost everything. If you have any questions, feel free to respond to whatever thread you found this video in. Hope to see you in the verse.